Good morning, room 5. Today is actually Tuesday here. I don't know what day you're watching this video though, so we're going to continue doing some math today. So I really miss doing math with you guys in the morning because you know that that's my favorite time of day. So I have actually been using that lovely green book that we have every morning to help with your math work, but I haven't actually gotten to teach you guys anything really new. So today we are going to do some story problems because you know that that's my favorite. And if you have paper and a pencil, you might want to get it. So you might want to pause me and go and get paper and a pencil. If not, you can watch it and you can do it later. It's fine. This video will be up for a while. So we're of course today going to be talking about whole, part. So we like to think about it like Humpty Dumpty, or this is a plastic egg, and this would be our whole. And any number when it's a whole can break into two parts. And if this whole was 5, I could break it into parts 2 and 3. If this whole was 5, I could break it into parts 4 and 1. So the parts are always different. And in a story problem, there's always going to be either 2 parts and they want you to find the whole, or they're going to give you the whole and a part and you have to find the other part, and that's when we have to use subtraction. So today I wrote up a couple different problems. This is my first one. It has to do with the desert, of course. It says, there were 16 animals living in the saguaro. 13 were birds. How many were not birds? Okay, so let's think about this problem really quickly. The whole, if you think about that saguaro cactus in your head and you kind of make a movie, there are 16 animals in that saguaro cactus, and 13 of them are birds. So we have to figure out, okay, what's the part that we're missing? So this year, so far, we always loved to use our number bonds. So 16 would be my whole, the whole la pizza, like Brian would always say, right? And 13 is my part. Now I am missing this other part right there. So I need to find it, right? And we've learned lots of different ways that you can find it, but today we're learning a new way, and it's called a tape diagram. And it's called a tape diagram because just like a roll of tape, that's kind of what it looks like. So what it means is we're going to draw a piece of tape on our paper. So I'll show you what mine looks like. There you go. Looks like a piece of tape. And on the top of my piece of tape, I write 16. Because that 16 is my whole. Then I'm going to draw a line where I think 13 would be. So if I pretended that that roll of tape was 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe right there, 13. So if this was my saguaro cactus, there are my 13 birds. Now I have to figure out how many more animals would be over here to make me have 16. Well, if I already have 13, I'm going to draw my circles in there. So 13, 14, 15, 16. How many weren't birds? 3, right? So we just figured out our part. It was 3. And so then if I wanted to do my number sentence, I would say, well, 16 animals were in the saguaro. I took away those 13 birds and I found that there were 3 animals left over. I could also turn it into an adding sentence. Well, 13 birds were in the saguaro, and there were 3 more animals, and that equals the 16 in the saguaro. So it's just a different way to draw it. It's a different way to problem solve. It's very similar to counting on because we started with the 13, but it's without using a number line because we're not at our desks right now. So we're gonna try one more, okay? And then I'm actually gonna give you some of these in your math. And we can keep practicing them. And like anything in math, sometimes you're gonna say, oh, I love this way of solving it. And other times you're going to say, Mrs. McGee, I do not like this way of solving it. And that's okay. It's just one more way to solve a puzzle. So here's another one. Now I've been writing these out on paper because I don't have a whiteboard. And so I kind of messed up. So it's okay, we all make mistakes. There were 19 kids at the party. Okay, so picture that in your head. There's a party and there's 19 kids there. Some were in the pool. Dun, dun, dun. Some. You know how I feel about the word some in a math problem. 13 were on the grass. How many kids were in the pool? So you've got to make that movie in your head. There's 19 kids at this party and 13 are on the grass. So we need to figure out how many are in the pool. So we're missing a part again. So again, if I get my piece of paper, and I know that there were 19 kids at the party, so that's my whole, right? And I know that it said 13 were on the grass. So I'm gonna put my G under there for grass. But I need to figure out my sum, which is how many kids were in the pool. Okay, so we're gonna try to draw the tape diagram again. So again, you just draw a long rectangle like it's a piece of tape that you're putting on your paper. If you have tape at home, you could even use real tape. I couldn't find any this morning though, so here we go. Okay, so there's my piece of tape. And my whole piece of tape is 19 kids that are at this party, okay? And 13 are on the grass. So I'm just gonna draw my imaginary line where I think 13 would go, maybe right there. So here are my kids that are on the grass. Now I need to figure out how many more kids were in the pool to get me to that 19. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Let's count how many that was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 were in the pool. Did you get 6 too? I bet you did. So then, of course, we get to do our number sentences. So I could start with my 19, took away the 13 kids that were on the grass, and I got the 6 that were in the pool. Or you can switcheroonie it, and we can turn it into an adding problem, which is the opposite. 13 plus 6 equals 19. Okay, so these are called tape diagrams, and that's what this video is called. You can go back and watch it at any time. Today we're actually going to have a Zoom meeting, and we are going to sort of talk about the tape diagrams. And have a piece of paper and a pencil ready because I might just ask you to do one, which would be kind of fun. I miss doing math with you guys so much. You know that that's my absolute favorite, but we'll do more of these because it's really fun. You know I love my story problems. And feel free to send me the story problems that you've been writing at home anytime you want. All right, number ninjas, I love you and I miss you, and there's no place like home.